How you going? So the video we're going to be looking at today is called Bushcraft Shelter Camping, Building a Secret Survival Dugout Under a Fallen Tree. It's by HK Outdoors, which I don't think I've even seen one of their videos before, let alone reviewed one. So let's just check this thing out and see what we're dealing with. Well, it's a good intro in that it's showing us quite a bit of detail, but at the same time I think it's going on for quite a bit too long. Definitely too long. With an intro you want enough in there to show what's going to be in the video, obviously, but you still want to leave something to the imagination. Like he's just showed pretty much every sort of element of the video. It was basically a YouTube short of this full-length video, and I don't think that's what you want in an intro. I think in an intro you want just a taste, just enough to hook the viewer, to make them want to watch it. Big old tree. That's one. It's just something I always say to myself when I'm doing a shelter and I know I'm going to need a lot of timber. I carry the first one in, I drop it on the ground and just say to myself, that's one. Even the longest journey starts with a single step. I like that he's changing the camera angle around the shots, like there. It's pretty good. Alright, so if it rains, water's going to land on that log, on that tree. If the tree's like that and water's landing there, it's going to run around, and on this inside it's going to run straight around and into your shelter. Now that might be an issue, it might run around and then drip off the bottom point of the log or the tree. But if you've got a lot of contact with your roof along that, it's going to then transfer onto the roof and run down and start dripping off that. You run that roof out over the top of that log, so that any rain landing, it would land on top of the roof and run off, rather than land on the log and run into your shelter. Nice bit of rock work there. We didn't see where these rocks came from, but presumably they've just come from the ground where he's dug things out here. But I mean, it could be a stream nearby, which we didn't see. There it is. There's our stream. Did we see him? We didn't see him splitting these. We didn't see him splitting these pieces of wood, did we? I like that he's showing this bit now of the trying out his bed and putting it in there. I think it went on a little bit long, but I like that, yeah, because once you put the walls and everything on, it's going to be really hard to get that shot, because you're only going to have a little doorway or a little window, so you're not going to get the full view of the shelter. So by him doing this little bit now, before he closes the front end, actually lets you see what it's like inside. So it's, yeah, pretty smart, I think, that he's done this, because mostly when you see shelter builds and that, you don't see an interior set up with your bed and everything in it until it's all enclosed, and I'm guilty of that myself. Like, yeah, I can't remember doing a video where I've put my bed in before I've finished off the walls, and then you're trying to get those inside shots and it's difficult. So yeah. we really couldn't see the construction of this pot hanger. Yeah, and he's obviously found some more bent nails to straighten out. I mean, there's nothing wrong with using nails. I haven't used them yet, but everyone else seems to use nails. And again, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, you're carrying in an axe, you're carrying in cordage, you're carrying in hatchets and hammers and all your bedding and things like that, your pot. So I don't see a problem with having a packet of nails in your pack as well. But again, it's just something I haven't done. What are we looking at, really? Like, if you didn't leave this in the video, like, we can't see what's going on. If you didn't leave it in the video, then the next shot in the morning, all this work would have been done. We're going, well, what happened there? But now we're back to the morning. This could have been that same shot that he had in it before. A couple of little bits of B-roll. Even with the stream, it would have been good. He could have filmed it on the way to this shelter site. Could have showed him just crossing the stream. Yeah, I think a few things could have been shortened up in the video so far. Looks like a lot of work. I feel like the video is just slowed down a little bit. The cooking scene, and it's a different momentum. Like, it was going along nicely and then it slowed down a bit, quite a bit, when it got to that night time when he was doing work and we couldn't see. And in the morning it was that slow again. It's just that, yeah, that pacing has just dropped off a bit. It's just a bit. He's putting in the work rather than just locking the camera off in one spot like a lot of builds do. He's constantly moving the camera around. Don't like him chopping into the ground with his axe all the time. There's no need for it. Why? You just sit it so the blade's facing away from you, or lay it on the ground so the blade's facing away from you, or have a spare bit of wood there that you're chopping into. You don't know if there's rocks, and even if there's no rocks in the ground, the dirt itself is made up of rocks and stuff that you're going to be blunting your blade for no real reason. Yeah, I like his little lounge there. Because when you're in the bush, a lot of the time you're just sitting with no back support. So I like that he's got that there. You know, I often just sit against a tree just so you got something to lean on. So no, he's making it fairly homey. We haven't seen him close that roof in. It was just planks that we didn't see him split, but these planks there, and definitely not going to be waterproof. Yeah, just some things are a bit, could have been cut shorter. I mean, I'm being picky. It's a decent video, but I don't think we need to see every bit of meat get put on this fire. If you're looking for ways to make it slightly better, could have put on several of the piece of chicken and then cut to the last piece of chicken, or cut to it getting it turned. You know, you could have put a couple on and then just cut to this. It's making me hungry. Years ago I did a video, a Christmas video. I did turkey drumsticks. I smoked them with hickory smoke in the shelter. They were like dinosaur legs, these massive big drumsticks, and yeah, they were so nice. I stuffed them with butter, put butter in between the skin and the meat, and then yeah, the hickory smoke through it, and oh, they were to die for. Yeah, again, these night shots we can't really see what's going on. That's slightly better. See, I would have just left these shots in here and I would have taken out that real dark shot we didn't need to see. Yep, make yourself some wedges, son. Dodgy wedge though. I'd be just flipping it over and going at it from the opposite side to finish the split. That's just me. He's got a stump in the background there. He could have sat these on there to chop it. Yeah, well, this shot's here, this B-roll, I don't think it's not adding anything to the video. Again, this shot you can't see what's going on. Yeah, all this is adding is time to the video. I don't know what I'm looking at here. And that's it. Wow, that what a way to end a video. All right, well, what do I think about that? I thought it was a decent video all the way through. Like, I was being critical, but I was offering constructive criticism. So ways of improving it, making it a better video just by cutting things down a bit and leaving a few things out. But that doesn't mean it wasn't a good video. Well, it was a good video. Few things in there. The roof, we didn't see where he got that timber from that was already split in half. That just appeared. And that roof is, if you're going to be in any sort of weather, like rain, it's terrible. It's not going to offer you any protection at all. It's all the water's just going to land on it, run around it, and just shower down in on top of you. So yeah, if you're going to do that, your better option would be to have the planks and then put another one on top to try to, you know, if you've got a steep angle on it, then it will run down. I can't get over that ending. That was terrible. Like, we showed a number of dark shots, we couldn't see what was going on, and then we cut to a morning shot of water in the stream. You've got that last shot of just the water. If that had been an element of the whole thing, like if he had built a shelter over a stream or right beside a stream, then I could understand the last shot being of the stream. Like, life is still flowing through, it's still continuing, but it didn't have a connection to the stream. So to end with the shot of the stream instead of ending with a shot of the shelter or even just the trees around the shelter, like he could have just had a shot of the shelter early morning and then just panned up into the trees and faded to black, or just pat on the shelter and just faded to black, or if it's just nighttime, the fire going, have a shot from inside looking out at the fire and then fade to black, done. There was no need for that morning shot. I mean, that's the one thing I'm being real critical of, because that was just, didn't do anything at all. But yeah, the build wasn't just a shelter, it was a campsite. So we had the pot hanger, the swing arm pot hanger on the fireplace, and built that sort of lounge chair. Yeah, that was good. I liked that he showed the interior before he put that front wall on. So he showed his bed in there to show the size of it without us having to guess, because we couldn't see through the wall. Yeah, there was a number of shots there that he didn't need to leave in, especially when it was dark and we couldn't see what was going on. He could have really cut that down. Yeah, he could have showed a little bit in the dark to show that that work was still going on in the dark, and then he could have faded to black and then come back in the morning, we could have seen what he'd done at the night. But all in all, it was a pretty decent video. As with all the videos that I review and show on this channel, I'll put a link to that one in this video description, so you can go check it out in full. I'm only showing parts of it. And I'll also drop a link to his channel, so you can go check that out as well. So HK Outdoors. Yeah, tell me what you think of him. If you've seen any more of his videos, or anyone else that you've seen that I haven't done a video on yet and you think I should check out their videos, let me know. If you've got your own channel and you want me to have a look at some of your work, then if you're up to it, let me know. Drop it in the comment. Tell me about yourself, who you are. Share it with everyone else. Till next time, thanks for watching. I'm going to go have some breakfast after watching that chicken get cooked.